Sometimes I feel like everything that I'm doing or wanting to do isn't enough. And this whole like easy sleep rap thing, it's just an escape. And hopefully, at the end of it, I find myself with something more than I started with. This is Cantina. Easy sleep.
Multicolored sarcasm dripping on my face. To be honest, it's just tears, I just say it's mace. To be real, I need this Jesus like it's every day. I need it more than my brother needs MJ. Dante? You tell me you was like the whole crib. I'm thinking I'm gonna go all the way to the house.
Yeah, man, what's the word?
Man, just chilling, bro. It's crazy. Yo, when I was 12 years old, I came over here to this house when I was 12, and I got my first tattoo at 12 years old. Got my first fight here, man, everything, you know. It's an entire different world on this side of the bridge. Like, people don't know about it, people don't talk about it, but it's crazy, man.
The top here, never mind. This thing is right there.
Take your ass out of the window and then they shot my friend's leg.
What, a BB gun?
Damn, why don't you tell him?
For me, man, growing up, me and my little brother, we built ant houses in the backyard, and we'd be like taking care of ants and grabbing snakes and stuff like that, man. It's lit. See this side of Rockford, and you probably think to yourself, like, how does a kid like come from this side, and how does he find out who God is? A black kid, no father figures, growing up in a poverty rate, growing up with the mean attitude against authority. You kind of sit back and you're like, man, this is not me. Like, this is God. It's straight up. Like, I came from this. This is my playground. This is what I hung out in. That's just how you have to have that mentality. That
grind don't stop, man.
Yeah,
grind don't stop.
For real.
Don't stop. Don't stop. Even when you get where you want to be, you still can't stop.
No, yeah.
You definitely don't stop.
You be long. I got long legs, so you know, I be.
I remember, matter of fact, remember when that hole was in that ground for them tearing down this house? We used to go wrestle in it. Yeah, man.
It was easy from a standpoint of just visualizing what we wanted it to sound like. And we knew it, we wanted it to be rough. We knew it, we wanted it to be very real. But the only hard part was just like taking the risk of making a project that's not super colorful and not super reckless and loud at times, and very, very like wake up type of projects, because sometimes people don't want to hear that. Easy Sleep in itself is an anomaly. It's different than anything I've ever done. It was more challenging, it was more real, and honestly it took a lot from me.
Oh man, Cantina, that's my brother right there. You know what I'm saying? I know him from when he first moved here to town. You know what I'm saying? Man, been through a lot of stuff together, man. That's my brother, man. It's my best friend, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've known this dude practically my whole life. You know what I'm saying? Literally, I've known him my whole life. He had Bun up in the car. And his dad, and we were young. We were extra young. I think it was like first grade when I met him. And I was going to get a haircut by his dad, and after that, we was already cool. And then, like I said, I ain't seen him for a while. So then, like a couple months later, I seen him at school with me. And when we went to school together, after that, you know, friendship just sparked on from there.
So I met Cameron about 6 years ago through a friend, and me and him just clicked up, and man, and we just been doing music ever since. And so that's how I know Cameron. And Cameron's a good friend, man, and he's a good brother to me. And me and him just been taking on the world through this music thing. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we've been doing.
Everything, God, before and after, God, we give you all the credit, God, because we couldn't do this without you, God. You could take our voices away any second, Jesus, and we're so thankful, God, that you've just entrusted us, God, with nights like this, God, with talents like you've given us, God.
Come on, God. Come on.
We're so thankful, God. We're so thankful. We know that you're real. We know that you're alive. We're just so thankful for you. This night's all for you. It's all for you. Nothing else matters. It's all for you. In your name.
Amen. Amen.
Give me the aux cord. I'm making music for the youth. Give me the aux cord. I got this music from my booth. Get the aux cord. I got the music from my roots. Give me the aux cord. I make the music you can scoop. Ooh, they done hit Cantina with the plug. Got the ox up in my hand. Now you know we turn it up. Oh, you a goblin. Yeah, you a dog. Music bumping hard. It's coming with
no, you use the front of your arm over ice. Your arm right here.
Gangster, and you know I praise God, cause the streets gon' come with it. I'm the music,
Just snap in half. There you go.
oh, really?
Yeah, for
Alright, so how are you feeling about the EP in general after releasing?
I feel like a lot of people have been showing a lot of insane support. Like every time I open up Instagram, there's like a person that's just showing that they appreciated it, or showing that they love it, or showing that they like it did something in their life. I just feel like insane amount of support from it. Locally, a lot of people in the city, like in Rockford, have just kind of reached out and just really showed that they appreciate it. A lot of younger kids, which means a lot. I feel like it was way more successful than I thought it was gonna be, because when you're releasing music and you're not like a big star or anything like that, you don't expect people to actually like it or actually listen to what you're saying. So I feel like people just showed a lot of support, and it's great. I feel like it's probably one of the best successful pieces I put together.
I wasn't expecting the band to walk over. I honestly thought you were spending a rack. Feeling baby, me plus you equals 2, baby.
give me the aux cord. I'm making music for you. Give me the aux cord. I got this music for my. Give me the aux cord. I got the music for my. Give me the aux cord. I make the music you can scoop. Yeah, who they done hit? My Cantina with the blood. Got that ox up in my head. Now you know we turning up, boy. You a goblin. You a dog. Music pumping hard and it's coming with that ball. Yeah, I'm a ice hard killing
can't wear those colors over here, Cup.
Throughout all the shows that we got to do and all the promotion of it, it was very easy actually to lose sight of the main goal of helping people. And we found ourselves in a position where there was a family that went to our church, a family in our community whose house caught on fire, and we're in the middle of one of the most pivotal shows that's happening, and I'm stressing out, and my team is stressing out, and I got people doing all this crazy stuff. But in the middle of it, I caught news that there was this family that needed help, and in the position that I'm in, I'm not super I don't have a lot of cash, and I'm not super famous or anything. So I'm trying to keep a hold of the main mission of who Jesus was in the moments of the hype. And so I'm texting everyone, and I'm like, hey guys, let's try to raise some money for this family because their house just got burned up in the fire on Easter Day. And so everyone's texting and they're sharing it, and I was able to raise about $300. And so I got the cool opportunity to go there and to take them shopping, take the kids shopping and stuff like that. And I'm just sitting there, and I'm in this hotel room because they just had a newborn baby, the family did. And they're in this hotel room and moving all their stuff in there because of the fire destroyed a lot of things. And I'm sitting there holding this baby, and I'm just trying to remember that this is who Jesus was. And that this rap stuff is so important and it's so amazing. But part of waking up was to stop everything that I'm doing and pausing and just to be like, I need to humble myself and be able to serve this way, even as a rapper, even in the midst of it. And for me, learning that was huge, and it was a real big wake-up call. Is to tell you just some of the best parts of it while still keeping some of the greatest parts to myself. And it ends exactly how Lightning Bug ended, the intro to the entire EP. At the end of the day, we realize how young we are. We realize how under-resourced we are and how unqualified we are. And throughout this mini tour, throughout the EP and all the planning and all the stress, I really realized how weak I was as an individual. But I think that's the greatest part about it, is because when we find out how weak we are, we realize that means only the more we get to depend on a God who's for us. This is the intro to my heart. I've killed so many dragons, I can't tell my demons apart. Lightning Bug versus the light. Courage in the young man versus his might. And he's his own worst nightmare. He's his deepest critic. And here lies his deepest lyric. He can't fly when he's asleep. He's been so shy, he's been so weak. And his daydreams are nightmares. This is the voyage of a delightful lullaby, interrupted by the alarm clock of life and time. Soothing and scenic, dreamful and dreadful. Everything but an easy sleep.